Far from any continent, in the South China Sea, lies a blue circle in the waves. From above, it looks like nothing more than a patch of deeper water. But divers call it the Dragon Hole, a vertical cavern, plunging over 300 meters into the earth, the deepest known blue hole in the world. Local fishermen tell of dragons below, spirits pulling the careless into darkness. For centuries, ships avoided it. Even today, some captains cut engines when passing near, tossing offerings of rice or coins into the waves. In 2016, Chinese researchers mapped the hole with sonar. Its walls drop almost vertically, wider than a city block. The water turns black within meters. No sunlight reaches the bottom. Then came the anomalies. Instruments recorded sudden drops in oxygen levels, followed by spikes at impossible depths. Cameras filmed strange microbial mats clinging to rock far below the photic zone, thriving where no plants should live. At 300 meters, autonomous drones failed repeatedly. Power loss, signal interference, unexplained currents pushing them off course. More unsettling were the acoustic readings. Sonar detected moving shapes deep inside the shaft. Large, slow-moving, too deep for divers, too erratic for schools of fish. Scientists proposed plankton layers or row currents, yet no one filmed them clearly. In 2018, a diver exploring the rim vanished. His partner surfaced alone, claiming strong downward currents near the cavern mouth. Search teams found nothing. Locals whisper of older mysteries. Some link the hole to flood myths, claiming subterranean rivers connected to inland lakes. Others speak of wrecks pulled into its depths, ships swallowed without trace. At night, fishermen claim the water glows faintly blue. Scientists call it bioluminescence. The villagers call it the dragon, breathing. In 2021, a research team lowered sensors past 280 meters. Every instrument failed simultaneously. Sonar returned distorted echoes, as if the hole were not empty but filled with shifting walls of water. Some readings suggested side tunnels branching deep under the seafloor. None have been explored. No one knows how deep the passages run beyond the measured 300 meters. Each year brings better technology, clearer maps. Each year, the Dragon Hole gives nothing back. The blue circle remains, silent and watchful, swallowing instruments, signals, and sometimes men, while the legends grow darker with every descent. 7 miles down, a storm of silence rules the trench. At nearly 7 miles below the Pacific, sunlight vanishes long before reaching this abyss. The pressure here could crush steel like paper. Yet, in 1960, when the bathyscaphe Trieste descended into the Challenger Deep, its crew reported something almost impossible. Life. A flatfish-like creature, glimpsed at a depth where life was never supposed to survive. The sighting shook the scientific world. Until then, many believed the Mariana Trench was sterile, a place too dark, too hostile for anything but microbes. Yet the Trieste crew swore they saw it, moving slowly across the seabed, alive in the deepest place on Earth. Cameras were primitive. No proof survived beyond their words. For decades, the story lingered in half-light. Expeditions came and went. Robotic submersibles, Tod Sumar, deep-sea sampling rigs. They'd brought back fragments. Amphipods the size of prawns, glowing jelly-like creatures adrift in the dark. Worms with antifreeze in their blood. But the supposed flatfish never returned. In 2012, James Cameron plunged alone into the trench. His deep-sea Challenger carried high-definition cameras, lights powerful enough to pierce the blackness. He filmed alien landscapes, mud volcanoes, trenches within trenches, slopes coated in strange white bacteria. But no fish. Then, in 2019, Victor Vescovo's team descended once more. Their submersible carried sonar arrays, environmental sensors, even baited traps. Most of the footage showed nothing unusual, but in one sequence, barely seconds long, something moved at the edge of the lights. Too fast for drifting debris, too large for the tiny amphipods. One frame, frozen and enhanced, showed what looked like a fin vanishing into the abyss. Scientists dismissed it as a trick of light. Others were not so sure. The trench sprawls across nearly 50,000 square miles. Vast crevices remain unexplored, side canyons never mapped. Could an undiscovered predator dwell here? Too rare and too deep to be captured. Some point to the coelacanth, a fish thought extinct for 66 million years until one appeared off Africa in 1938. If such creatures survived undetected for millions of years in shallow oceans, what might hide in the Hadal Zone? Visited only a handful of times in human history. In 2020, hydrophones deployed across the trench picked up strange clicks and pulses, low-frequency sounds that did not match any known whales or geological events. Twice, cameras recorded translucent shapes drifting out of darkness, too deep for jellyfish, too slow for debris. But the images were blurred, inconclusive. The Challenger Deep keeps its secrets well. Every descent brings back data, samples, maps. Yet the original sighting from 1960 hangs over them all, a shadow no technology has dispelled. If something lives here, it retreats each time the lights descend, remaining just beyond proof, beyond reach, beyond explanation. The ocean swallows its secrets, and the Challenger Deep waits. Frozen killers. The Antarctic night stretches forever, a black vault above the frozen sea. Beneath the ice, water chills to sub-zero temperatures, heavier than the layers below. Here, in silence, something begins, a finger of death, forming slowly, unseen. Ice brinicles. Scientists call them brine icicles. Start as pockets of supercooled brine trapped inside sea ice. When the dense, salty water escapes, it sinks, curling downward like liquid glass. The moment it touches the ocean below, it freezes everything it touches. In 2011, a BBC crew filming Frozen Planet captured one for the first time. Time-lapse cameras showed the brinicle growing downward like a crystal stalactite, reaching the seafloor in a matter of hours. Starfish, sea urchins, brittle creatures, all froze instantly, entombed in ice before they could crawl away. The images shocked viewers. A perfect, spiraling icicle descending into darkness, freezing life where it spread. Scientists explained the physics: brine density, freezing points, salinity gradients. But physics could not answer other questions. How often do they form? Are they becoming more common as polar ice thins and fractures? Divers tell of brinicles appearing suddenly, descending across entire shallows overnight. In 2017, researchers at McMurdo Station found hundreds of sea stars locked in place, frozen mid-step, as if time itself had stopped. Their cameras revealed a forest of brinicles, spreading outward like a crystal city beneath the ice sheet. Legends among early polar explorers tell of entire fish schools trapped under sudden veils of ice, dead before they could scatter. A Soviet report from 1962 claimed a diving team vanished near a brine outflow under the Ross ice shelf. The files remain locked in archives. Modern expeditions bring back new mysteries. Some brinicles twist sideways before descending, curling like living tentacles. Others split into branches, freezing entire patches of seafloor at once. Scientists suspect under-ice currents guide their paths, but no model predicts them accurately. As climate change opens more polar waters, some fear larger brinicle formations could threaten under-ice habitats, research stations, even submarine routes. Yet no one can stop them. They give no warning, leave no trace once they melt. Only the frozen corpses of starfish and urchins mark where they passed. Elegant, silent, lethal. Somewhere below the Antarctic night, new fingers of ice are forming even now.